All right, Nate, I want to take a look at this start here. All right, just want to highlight a couple good things here. I really like your block positioning. I think we got a pretty good adjustment made there. I'm seeing a good 90-degree angle here with the front leg, and we're at about 135. We're right where we need to be. So just make sure we're squeezing these feet against the block pedals so that we have good contact on those pedals. But the positioning there is good. What I was trying to get you to understand yesterday was just trying to be more neutral like you are here versus like too far forward. Okay, because being too far forward, really, if our weight's distributed forward instead of over the middle, then your feet are not going to have good contact on the pedals, right? So the more forward you are, your feet are going to rock forward kind of like this, okay? And I need them to be pressed up against the blocks so that as soon as you react, we push away. All right, so those positions look good, okay? Moving forward, you actually accomplished this next thing better than anyone else so far. So just highlighting kind of like where your knees are, okay? And then kind of just watching. What we want to see is we want to actually see your knees as you swing out of the blocks drop down to your ankle level. Okay, so basically what we're doing here, the idea is that we're swinging the hips down and forward, okay? And we're following this line. Okay, the hips should drop below this line on launch, okay, as you see from the green arrow. And then as we move through our drive, we want to stay with squatty low hips. So like think hips kind of lower to the ground. And then we want to kind of gradually let the hips come up, back up to midline. Okay, and what that does, if we follow that path, it really allows us to keep really good shin angles. Okay, so the leg is there, the knee would be there, the next leg is still low. Okay, so keeping that low hip allows us to really keep these angles nice. Okay, but when we raise the hip level up too high, the angles of the shins start to get vertical and we're not driving anymore. Okay, so you do a good job of swinging. Your hips drop. Okay, you're below that level of set. Okay, and you do that good. You do that better than anyone else. So that means you're getting really good drive out of the block. You're using your hip extension. Okay, now the only thing is that I think you're getting too long with this step. Okay, you need to get right when you exit here. Okay, we need to be getting this next leg back down. Okay, and you just got a little bit too much lag between your steps. Okay, so you're going for length here. I just want you to chop this step a little bit and make it a little bit faster, and the same thing with the second leg, second step. Okay, so look at your shin. It's a little bit too upright because you let it float. Now what's funny is if I back you up and get you in this position earlier, right there, that's perfect. Right from here, great shin angle, step down. The more you wait, the more vertical this shin gets, okay? And we lose our drive angle. So just put it down, right as you drive forward, put it down, okay? Don't wait and let that angle open up too much. Okay, so again, from here, push down. That's a bad angle. Here we go. All right. The problem is that once this shin starts to get more and more vertical, we can never get it back. Okay, so once we get to this angle, the next step has got to be more vertical. Okay, and then the next step has got to be more vertical. So it's subtly going to climb to vertical, but we want to try to keep it as horizontal as possible, knowing that each subsequent step is going to get more and more upright. And that what this shin angle does is just helps us continue to drive, okay? All right, second step, nice, good low heel recovery. But again, we're just gonna get too far with this step. Okay, you're toeing off. Okay, we're just a little bit too in front of the hip with this step. Ideally, we want to be here or behind. I mean, ideally, we want to be back here. Okay, so I just think we need to we need to be more frequent with the steps. Okay, you're covering a little bit too much ground, and you can cover ground by being powerful. Okay, but we don't want to overstride because it just puts us in a bad sprint posture. Okay, so by the third step, step 1, step 2, step 3. So I'll show you this progression. Okay, step 1. And I'm just talking about the shin height progression. 2, 3, 4. So you can see that this one is the most horizontal, right? And then this one starts to get more vertical. This one starts to get more vertical. This one starts to get more and more, right? So if we can keep these angles more like that, 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 you see what I'm saying? That would be best if we could do that.